When you are trying to level up, when you are trying to reinvent yourself, improve your life, it means that you want transformation, you want to change things around, because whatever it is that you've been doing has gotten you this far. And if you want something different, then it means you have to start doing something different. So if you want to level up, then it means you have all of these plans, you have all of these goals that you are trying to achieve. But sometimes we just find ourselves not achieving the goals that we have for ourselves, and we don't realize that is because we don't know how to build habits that stick, habits that are going to support us in the goals that we are pursuing. Whenever I learn something in my own level up journey, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to share this with the girls, because I want you to also learn these things and be able to apply these things in your own life, so that you can be able to see improvement, to see progress. Because where we'll be a year from now, 2 years from now, is going to be a result of the things that we do today and tomorrow and the day after that. It's going to be the result of the habits that we do every day. So today I want to share with you what I learned and what I've been implementing in my own life, what has been so helpful for me in building habits that actually stick, that support me in the goals that I'm trying to achieve, that just make it seem like it's easy, but it's because I'm applying all of these things that I've learned. Hello, if you are new here, my name is Sthoko. Here we're all about leveling up, we're all about working towards achieving the life that we want, we're all about pursuing our goals. So if you are also on the journey of just reinventing yourself, becoming better, leveling up and doing all of these things, then you are definitely at the right places. So without further ado, let's start with the first thing that I learned when trying to build habits that actually stick. Alright, so the first law of building habits that stick is that you have to make whatever habits you are trying to build for yourself easy. Make sure that you are making it easy for yourself to be able to do that thing, because we are just wired to do whatever it is that seems easy for us. If there are a lot of obstacles between ourselves and the new habit that we are trying to build, chances are it's not gonna stick. Chances are we're not gonna keep up with it. We're not gonna keep going back to do it, because it's difficult and we don't want to do difficult things. That's just our nature. We are built like that. We want to do things that seem easy. One example that I'm gonna make, and I'm gonna keep making reference to, but you can apply this to any area of your life really. I'm just gonna make a simple example about myself and the habit that I've been wanting to improve on, of drinking more water. And I've been drinking more water. I don't know if you can tell, my skin is glowing because I've been drinking more water. I've been implementing this law of making it easy for yourself to implement that habit that you want to implement. So before, I didn't drink a lot of water, not because I didn't want to drink water. I'm not that person that hates water. I know there are people that just hate the taste of water. Fortunately, I'm not one of those people. I enjoy drinking water, but I just have not been drinking as much water as I wanted to, as much water as I should have, because I didn't make it easy for myself. First of all, I didn't have a water bottle, so I don't know how did I expect that I was going to drink enough water if I didn't have a water bottle. So how else was I going to be able to drink water? Because it would have meant that I would have to go to the shops maybe to buy water if I'm not at home, or if I'm at home, it would mean that I would have to walk all the way downstairs to get water if I'm upstairs. So those are all obstacles that were in my way, that were causing me not to drink as much water as I wanted to. Now I have water with me all the time. I have my water bottle here, and I keep this water bottle next to me wherever I go. It's always with me, in the car, at the office, in my bedroom. If I can leave now and go downstairs, I'm gonna take this bottle with me and go downstairs and just put it on the table next to me, because I'm trying to make it easy for me to be able to stick with this habit. And like I'm saying, I've been drinking my water and my skin is glowing. I'm reaping all the benefits of drinking water because I made it easy for myself. So there are no more obstacles between me and drinking water. If I have water with me all the time, then what would be the excuse for me not to drink water? Do you see what I mean? I have no excuse now for not drinking as much water as I should be drinking. So make it easy for yourself. Whatever habit you are trying to build, make it easy for yourself. Think about, how can I make this as easy as possible for me to be able to do, so that I can stick with it, so that I can do it for the long haul. That is the first law of building habits that stick. Now, the second law of building habits that stick is that you have to make it obvious. Again, I'm going to go back to the example that I made of me drinking water. The first one was that make it easy for yourself. So I had to make sure that water is easily accessible for me wherever I am. That's what I did. But the second part of it is that I had to make it obvious. Now, I have this water bottle here. There's no point of me keeping this water bottle inside my nightstand or inside the cabinet, for example, because chances are I'm going to forget about it. So make it obvious for yourself that there's this thing that you have to do. So like I said, I keep it with me on top of the table, in the car, on top of my desk at work, wherever I am, I make sure that it's in my eyes. I see it all the time. That way, there's no way that I can forget, because like I said, I can have my water. If I keep my water inside my lunch bag, for example, if I keep my water inside the cabinet, chances are I can forget and then realize maybe later on in the day that I didn't drink my water that I was supposed to drink during the day. So make it obvious. If, for example, you are trying to build a habit of working out maybe on a daily basis, whether that's in the morning or in the afternoon, make sure that you lay out your gym clothes, you put them where you can see them. You know you have gym clothes in your closet, but if you lay them out where you can see them, maybe the minute you walk in the door, you can be able to see your gym clothes. Maybe the minute you enter into your car, you can be able to see your gym bag or something like that. Make it obvious for yourself that this is something that you have to do. If you're trying to eat more fruit, maybe put those fruits on top of your kitchen counter. There's no point in you having fruit, but they are hidden behind in the fridge or in the cabinet or something like that, because again, you're going to forget about it. But if it's in your face, you see it all the time, it's obvious, then you're going to be able to do or to build that habits that you are trying to build. So make it easy for yourself, make it obvious. For me, again, I'm trying to produce more content, and I realized that as much as I wanted to produce more content, I wanted to film more videos, but my camera equipment was always packed away in the closet, and my lights and everything was always in my studio or in my other room that I keep all of those things. But then I realized that if I have it in front of me, if I see it all the time, then I'm gonna be reminded all the time that you are a content creator, you are trying to produce a lot of content. So if my camera is always in front of me, if my tripod, if I see all of these things that I use to create my content always in front of me, I get reminded that no, today you have not done anything that shows that you are a content creator, because I told myself that if I'm gonna be a content creator, then every day I should be doing something towards that. I cannot do this as a hobby and do it after a week or after 2 weeks. Every single day, it's either I'm filming, it's either I'm editing, it's either I'm researching, it's either I'm designing my thumbnails, something. I need to be able to do something on a daily basis that shows that I'm a content creator, or that shows that I want to produce a lot of content than I have been doing before. So if you are trying to build this new habit and you want it to stick, make sure that you make it easy for yourself, you make it obvious. All right, the third law of building habits that stick is that you have to make the habit attractive, because if it's attractive, then you would want to do it. Again, I'm gonna go back to this example of me drinking water. I hate an ugly water bottle. It just does not inspire me to drink water. So I had to find myself an aesthetically pleasing water bottle that is just gonna make it attractive for me to drink water. So again, if you are trying to exercise some more, maybe buy yourself some nice gym clothes, buy yourself some nice shoes, and all of these cute things that are just gonna make you feel great, that are just gonna make you feel good, make it attractive for you. If maybe you are trying to eat better, make sure that you maybe look up recipes that are delicious, that are visually attractive, that is just gonna help you. You know, our minds are very complex. There are all these tiny little things that we don't think that they play such an important role, but they actually do. Research has shown that it actually plays a big role on whether you stick with the habits that you are trying to implement. So make it attractive for yourself. Whatever it is that you are trying to implement, make it attractive. Make sure that you're going to want to do that thing because it looks good, it feels good, it tastes good, it's just attractive. That way you're gonna want to continue doing it. All right, the next law of building habits that stick is that you have to make it satisfying. So if you already maybe have a habit that you can pair with this new habit that you are trying to build, you first start with the habit maybe that you don't really want to do or you're still struggling to do. Pair it with the habits that you actually enjoy. That way it's going to be satisfying for you in the end. Let's say you are trying to be somebody that works out regularly, but you are still struggling, you're still trying to build up on that habit. So if you pair that habit with maybe taking a nice long bubble bath later on in the day, so you know that after you work out, after you exercise, you have this thing that you are looking forward to. So you know that you are only going to take this nice long relaxing bubble bath after you exercise. So now you know that you have something to look forward to. You have something that is exciting for you, something that is going to be so satisfying that after a session of working out, of sweating and doing all of these things, you are now looking forward to this long relaxing bubble bath that is just going to be so satisfying for you. It's just going to be so rewarding for you. So pair a new habit that you are trying to build with something that something that maybe you just want to do. Maybe it's watching a movie or something that is going to be exciting for you, something that is going to be satisfying for you. That is how you can make your habits satisfying. All of these things really play an important role on whether you get to stick with the new habits that you are trying to build for yourself. All right, the next thing that we have to speak about after now we've spoken about all of these laws to build habits that stick is that you have to be intentional about implementing whatever habit it is that you are trying to build. So when it comes to building habits that stick, there's something called an implementation intention, where you have to schedule things, put them down to say, I'm gonna do something at a certain time. I'm gonna do something every day at 5 p.m. I'm gonna work out every day at 5 p.m. So that way you have an implementation intention. You are intending on actually working out at 5 p.m. If you just leave it up to chance to say, I'm gonna work out every day, but when? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? When are you intending to working out every day? If you are not specific about those things, chances are you are also going to end up not doing any of those things. So make sure that you have an implementation intention about whatever it is that you are trying to build as a new habit. If it means you must schedule it in your calendar, schedule it in your calendar. If it means you must set up alarms every day to remind you, set up those alarms so that you know that once the alarm goes off, that's my cue to go out there and work out, or to go out there and do whatever it is that I want to do. So make sure that you have that implementation intention. If it's something that you have to do every day, and put it down, put a certain time that you're gonna be doing it at a certain time. Or even if it's not time per se, you can put it down to say, every night after I take my evening shower, I'm gonna read one chapter of a book. So you have an implementation intention to say, you know that after you take your shower, that's your cue to say, now I'm gonna jump into bed, I'm gonna grab my book, I'm gonna read one chapter. But if you just leave it up to chance to say, I want to read a chapter every day, but when do you plan on doing it? So research has shown that if we have an implementation intention, that is also going to help you in building habits that stick. All right, that is all that I wanted to talk about today. I hope you can also find these things helpful, because like I'm saying, they've been very helpful to me. Once I learned all of these laws on what to do when you want to build habits that stick, it really made a difference to me, because you will find yourself struggling and then asking yourself, but why am I not moving? Why do I keep starting something and not sticking with it? It's because there are these laws that are applicable when you're trying to build habits that stick. And our brains, like I said, they are very complex. So if there's something that you can do to try and make it easier for you, make it more sustainable for you, then why wouldn't you want to do that? Because that is going to help you on your journey to building habits that are going to support you in achieving your goals. All right, if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a thumbs up, and also do click that subscribe button. I'd love to have you over. Until the next video, bye.